Good morning, guys. Exciting days. Another EazyBot presentation for you today. And today we have a special guest. Chief Operations Officer David is in the house. But before we pass it over, and also my good friends, Brent and Susan, will be here to chime in on any little details that need be. Long story short, I'm not going to make a huge intro. But my name is Jay, and I've been in the crypto and Forex space for almost 9 years. And during those 9 years, I've had my run in the industry. I've started off as a Forex educator, had a signal service, had a couple of PAMs and different brokers, did some account management. And 3 years ago, I began to dabble in the automated trading space between the crypto world and the Forex world. And back then, things were lasting 2 and 3 years. And I say lasting because I had no idea that these things were actually counterfeit. What seemed to be authentic was actually counterfeit. And a lot of scammers out there today are offering high yield investment programs. And then, what used to last 6 months now is only lasting like 4 or 5 days, less than a month. And long story short, we kind of got tired of it. It did come down to a point where we realized, hey, these companies are fake. They look so real, certifications, registrations, everything pans out. Everything pans out except for maybe 1 or 2 things that we would be like, but I think we can make some money. Let's see how far. Hopefully it's real. And then we jump in. But we realized, for example, with one of the companies that everybody is talking about this morning here with, we'll just go ahead and call them out. It's IPC. They ran away with 450 million of everyone's money. And so we'll just put it on blast today, just because some of the people here today have experienced some damages with that. So we all have had our fair share. And right after that happened, we continued to try to look and research other companies, and we kind of wised up. And we said, you know what, we're going to enter these platforms with a different mindset. We're going to only invest play money. We're going to only risk what we're willing to lose. And we're going to make as much money as we can until the wheels fall off. And if it's genuine, if it's authentic, then let it be that way. And if it's not, we have to approach it in a different way. And so, our leaders would go ahead and convey the same principles and protocols to their members, and their members would apply. And so we try to make the best of it. But then there was a big crypto crash in the market. And a lot of these scammers started really taking advantage of vulnerability of many people. And it got really ugly. Now they're rug pulling in 3 or 4 days into their launch date, which is totally ridiculous. You think you get in on time on a certain platform or opportunity, whether it's genuine or not. You think you get at least a good month out of it, and not even that. So along the way, we ran into EazyBot. We decided to completely step away from the high risk, short term, high yield investment programs, the HIAPs, so to speak. And we decided to go low risk, long term, lifelong, 100% audited, 100% guaranteed, type of programs. And we ran into EazyBot. And the one thing that stood out about EazyBot, well, actually 2 main things for me. Well, one was the safety, the security of your funds, where your funds are completely safe in your own Kucoin or your own Binance account, whether it's Binance.us or whether it's Binance.com for those outside the US. It sits safely in your exchange while you connect via API, and this bot actually trades for you. Now, the gains are that of a hedge fund. They're very moderate. Let's say, when the crypto market is very, very in a winter, so to speak, type of situation like it is now, you can get 2 to 5% a month, which is great for hedge funds. Now, when the market is flourishing, you're liable to get about 10 to 15%, and sometimes may even touch the 20% mark of the gains every month. Now, think about that. It's so safe, secure, and it's great to know that your funds are in your control and you're only trading this thing via API. Now, the second most wonderful thing about this company are the people behind it, the transparency, the humility, the support, just these people are people. They're not all about making the money. They want to love on you, build you up, educate you, support you, and push you forward and get you to where you need to be. And so one of the things that stood out mostly about this company was the transparency. You can actually go to Dubai and visit the headquarters, and two of our members have already done so and have met, and coincidentally were correlated in some kind of way, form, or fashion. But that's enough about me, guys. I want to turn this over to our COO, David. Thank you for being here. Take it over, my friend.
All right. Hey, Jay, thank you for the invitation and introduction. I appreciate hanging out with you and your team members. Great to see and be with all of you this morning. I really want to make this call valuable for you guys, so I'll do just a couple of minutes of an overview, and then we'll open it up for questions, if that's cool. So, I'll touch on a couple of things that Jay has already mentioned, and I've seen a couple questions in the chat. And I'm not familiar with many other programs intimately, but I am familiar enough with the crypto space and I've had my own experiences. And I'll say, if you've been in crypto for any period of time and you haven't lost money, then you probably haven't really been in crypto. It's par for the course, right? It comes with the territory. It's a lot of how we learn what not to do. It's how we get sharper. It's how we sharpen our skills. And eventually you get to a point, much like Jay just said, where you start realizing there's gotta be a better way, especially if in fact what you're doing is not just looking for opportunities for yourself, but if you're leveraging the opportunity to build a team and introduce others, and your reputation means something to you, then at some point you get to where you're like, let me just find something that I can feel a little bit more confident in. And you understand better and better what boxes to check. You understand that the red flags are worth paying attention to. And I really do appreciate Jay making this transition and intentionally really focusing your attention in a direction where you can confidently introduce people to a product that you at least believe will be here for the long term. Now, here's the thing, and I saw the term bulletproof in the comments. Nothing's bulletproof. Easybot's not bulletproof. And as much as I'm going to tell you all the different reasons why we're building a company for the long term, there's no guarantees anywhere. And I'm not going to offer you one here for Easybot, but I am going to tell you all the reasons why we're super confident about the company that we're building. Jay's touched on some of those things already. I'll go a little bit back into my own personal introduction into how we got on this journey. So about a year and a half ago, a little bit more than a year ago, I was introduced to another platform. I offered a similar product to Easybot. And again, like many of you, you've been on this journey where you've been introduced to different projects, platforms, programs, people, and you hope for the best. And the story is great at the beginning. And for me, that was my experience. I saw a platform, it made a lot of sense to me. It trades crypto. I know that there are a lot of people. My own experience was being introduced to crypto a number of years earlier, back in 2017, and really just not being able to wrap my head around it. And I knew very clearly by the time I saw this last year, that there were a lot of people, maybe a lot of you guys have had a similar experience. You've been introduced to crypto. You saw it, you didn't quite get it. You couldn't quite wrap your head around it. And then it came back around to you, and you're just looking for something that could simplify it enough that you could get involved. And that's part of the appeal with these high risk programs, is that it feels like it's easy to make money. Well, here's the thing. We saw this platform. I got excited about it, built an entire platform infrastructure to help develop a team and support a team. And the company and the product just didn't live up to what we hoped it would be. And so we went about trying to find a better solution for the people that we had introduced to that platform. We didn't set out to build a bot company. We set out to serve the people that we had already introduced to this other platform. We wanted to give them the experience that they had signed up for. And so our CEO, Mohammed, really his background is as an engineer, and he's super passionate and very good with numbers. And he sat down for weeks and developed a strategy that Easybot now offers to all of our members. And that strategy, the idea behind it is that what we experienced from all of the ups and downs in last year in 2021 what we recognize is that what people want is consistency. You want to be able to put your money into a vehicle that earns for you consistently over time. And that's really the star of what we do in and through EazyBot, is that we provide our members with a platform that allows them to trade crypto confidently and consistently. And we've touched on some of the benefits. And one of the key things that separates EazyBot from everything else is that the money always stays 100% in your control. You've got some money that goes to the EazyBot wallet. If you decide you want to upgrade, you can always start it as a free member. If you decide you want to upgrade to our advanced or VIP package, take advantage of those benefits, then those funds go to EazyBot. Everything else that you're trading with is 100% in your custody 100% of the time. So you can always withdraw your funds. EazyBot has no access to withdraw those funds. You're connected through a secure API. We provide you guys with a trusted IP address. It's what the exchanges recommend. And what that means simply is that API is the one point of vulnerability, if you will. And if you lose your API or you allow someone else to get access to it for any number of reasons, maybe you didn't save it securely, somebody could use that API nefariously and drain your account. So that's the one point of vulnerability, and we protect against that by providing you with a trusted IP or series of IP addresses. That tells the exchange that only trade instructions that come through this API. An API, for those of you who are new to crypto, is the way that two pieces of software connect to each other. So the only trades that can ever be executed are those that come through these IP addresses. Those IP addresses are controlled and very, very tightly secured by the EazyBot infrastructure. So you're always 100% in your control. Now let's talk about the consistency part of things. So crypto is a really interesting space because it is incredibly volatile. Markets are up. A couple months ago, Bitcoin's at $68,000. A couple of weeks ago, it's at $17,000. No other market in the world could survive this kind of volatility. And that's part of what makes crypto such a great opportunity. It is the volatility that is why it's such a great opportunity. It's all of this movement. And so EazyBot is designed to take advantage of that movement, whether it's up or down. And this is really the differentiator with EazyBot, is that almost any bot can make you money when the market's going up. That's if they're even using a bot to trade. Many of these programs that tell you they're bot trading, it's really just a Ponzi scheme where they're just paying out commissions on funds that are coming in. You can see every single trade that happens. It happens in your exchange. So you can see it, validate it. The information that's in EazyBot matches the information that's in your exchange. So you know that real trading is happening. But the beauty and the magic of all of this is that setting up your bot is super simple. And it is a strategy that allows, whether the market's going up or down, for you to consistently make a profit. Now, if we didn't have the ability for you to refer others, this would still be a fantastic product because it makes you money. At the end of the day, that's what most people are looking for, is how do I passively and consistently make my money go to work for me? And the beauty of crypto is that we can accelerate that path, that experience. But we layer on top of that amazing product an amazing affiliate rewards plan, and we're really very, very excited to do it. If you've been in the network marketing, affiliate marketing world, and you love it, you enjoy it, you like it, hopefully that's you and because you're on this call, then we're very, very excited about what we're doing in our affiliate rewards, because we've got a product that works, and that obviously has to be key. So we've got a product that works, one that you can be confident in when you're sharing it with others. We've got a community that cares. We've got an incredible support system. Our executive team all the way down, very visible, very, very available to you. Our CEO, Mohammed, shows up on calls fairly regularly. In fact, he just did a corporate update call with our Spanish-speaking community yesterday. Every other Friday, he'll come on, open up live accounts and allow you to see exactly how EazyBot's working in the live market, ask questions of him. So we make ourselves very visible, very available to you guys. And we have a number of support mechanisms so that it's not just a product that you're getting, but you're getting this access to an entire community. We have a support ticketing system. We have an entire knowledge base. We do live Zoom calls. Our VIP members get one-on-one support, so we can jump on a one-on-one support session and get help if you had any questions. And there generally aren't a whole lot of questions or need for support. But if you did, it's good to know that you're not alone, that you've got an entire support system behind you. And then because you guys, I'm assuming, are looking to build and share EasyBot, really take advantage of accelerating your earnings by sharing this amazing opportunity with others. We're going to give you tools absolutely free, something that many companies would charge you hundreds of dollars for. We provide it absolutely free. Professional marketing funnels, a follow-up system that happens and runs in the background, doesn't require any interaction from you, but gives you the ability to interact. You can see your leads coming in, text them, email them, call them. You see referrals when somebody signs up for EasyBot. You see that in the app, it notifies you. You've got an ability to contact, to connect with that person, support them, help them duplicate what's happening in your organization. And guys, this is a company, we launched EasyBot in March officially, started trading in March. So we're really very, very new. But the heart and soul of our company was really built in the idea of how do we serve the people that we really care about, give them a product they can count on, make it easy, make it consistent, make it affordable, and make it fun. How do we show up and support this community and grow a company that we can be proud of, that we can look back 10 years from now and know that we did something that was significant in the world of crypto? That's what we're here for. So I'm going to pause for a moment here, and if there are any questions for me, I'll make myself available. If you guys have an agenda that you'd like to go through, I'll hang out and I'll jump back in anytime there's some questions you want me to tackle. Again, thank you so much, Jay, for the invitation. Thank you, Bren and Susan.
Absolutely.
You guys
No
absolutely
problem.
amazing.
What we'll do is we'll allow people to raise their hand and actually drop your question in the chat. And the only reason why I want to kind of police the whole thing is because we have a couple of hostiles in the house already. So we just want to make sure that no one says anything inadequate and what have you. So if you have any questions, by all means, raise your hand, drop your question in the chat, and we'll give you the opportunity. So what's the minimum investment? Sujata.
Good question. There's no minimum investment. Now, we talked about, I just talked about the strategy that's been designed. And the strategy that we've designed that we're proud to offer is one that allows EasyBot, or the user of EasyBot, to trade consistently. What most people want is to know that EasyBot's going to make them profit, whether the market's going up or down. You don't want to have to look at charts and try to figure out what position you need to be in. Well, in order for that strategy to have enough of a budget to work to accomplish what I just described, which is allowing the market to drop 50% and still create profits for its user, we need a budget of a minimum of $600. It's really just the math behind why we need the $600. Can you trade with less than $600? 100%, absolutely you can, but you've got to use your own strategy. And you can use elements of our what we call our default, what you'll see in the system is our default strategy. But if you want to take advantage of that, then you really want to start with at least $600.
Got it. Brian is asking,
just kind of as a side note, if I could give you guys more of a target, I've personally found that if you're in a position to do so, and you could do $2,500 to $5,000, you're going to see and experience EasyBot in a different way. Let me tell you what I mean by that. So a person that's investing $600, you're going to make profit. You might make 10% profit. Person that's trading $5,000, that 10% profit feels different. It's a different experience. And so I'm saying this not only for those of you from an investment standpoint, but really for those of you who are building teams. We talk about the 600, but it by no means is a target that we want to set people up to achieve. My target when I'm sharing EasyBot with people is I'm looking for folks that are really interested in investing, growing a portfolio, growing passive income. And again, if you're in a position where you're looking to really take advantage of EasyBot, I would encourage you to consider setting your target in that $2,500, $5,000 range. And guys, we have people trading six figures, hundreds of thousands of dollars, having fantastic experiences with EasyBot.
Awesome, awesome. David, Brian is asking, is it regulated so SEC can't kick us out of this country or whatever country? So he's asking, is it regulated or will we be banned from it or kicked out from it? You know, some companies have experienced that.
It's a good question. And here's the reality is that if you're, obviously you're in the US if you're asking about SEC. So the US has a really interesting relationship with crypto. It's evolving. There are no pathways to getting licensed as a crypto company. And so it's difficult right now. And we have specialists and attorneys that are having these conversations. There are some minor changes that we'll make in the Easybot interface that will bring us closer into, you know, what the governing bodies want to see. It's not going to change the way Easybot works, but we're paying attention to the environment. There is no path to licensing a product like ours. So I don't have an answer for you, you know, beyond that. We're paying attention to it. We're having the discussions with the governing bodies that are that matter to us, so that we remain in compliance.
Absolutely. And just to chime in on what David was saying, in the US, because I'm in the US, the SEC doesn't have but a couple of restrictions, which are pretty much like, I think everyone knows that New York has some kind of crypto restriction. So does Texas, and I believe Washington. If there's any more, I'm completely unaware. But there are some restrictions in these states, but there are ways to get around it. And so, you know, you just got to kind of do a little homework and whatnot. But if you're not in any of these states, it's really more of a software company where you're connecting via API to your own exchange, whether it's Kucoin or whether it's Binance, where your funds actually sit safely while the bot connects via API through your dashboard and just trades your funds that are there in the USDT wallet. So it's pretty simple, and it's not that complex. But let me see, we have another question here. Brian asks, where is Easybot to access the dashboard? Well, you can answer that. You have to sign up though.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Easybot dashboard, once you create an account, which everybody creates an account, starts for free. So whoever introduced you to Easybot, use their affiliate ID, use their affiliate link, create a free account. You'll find tons of resources. Once you've created that account, you'll get a welcome email that'll walk you through our onboarding process. And a lot of what we're talking about here will probably make a lot more sense once you've created that account. So it costs you nothing to do. I'd encourage you, create the account. That way you get a look on the inside for yourself.
Yep. Brian, I will send you that link soon. Just don't worry about it. Just write your username, your Telegram username to me, and we'll send you the link. And maybe if you sign up now for free, you'll get one of the advanced memberships at the end when we spin off. Let's see. Another question. Yes. Okay. So we have. So can we try with $100 to test out the program?
Yeah. So I wouldn't recommend that you do, because it's a poor way to test the program, right? So going back to what I just said, Easybot's designed to accomplish trading and making profit for you as a member consistently over time. And here's what we know is going to happen. Well, let me back up a little bit and tell you how Easybot works. So it's going to take the funds that you allocate to it. Let's say it's $100. So we're going to take that $100 and we're going to use a small percentage of the total amount allocated in order to open a trade. Now on Binance, but Binance.com, Binance US, the minimum amount that you can open is $10. So now if you only trading with $100, you've got 10% that's allocated to your first trade position. Now, the way Easybot's default strategy is set up, we're opening with just over 3%. So you're already 3 times higher than we would like to enter into the initial trade. So if you're on Kucoin, you have a little bit more flexibility because their initial trade is a little bit lower. But at the end of the day, here's the thing that I want to emphasize is, if you're interested in Easybot, it's got to be because you're interested in trading crypto. And you see that there's an opportunity to trade crypto and do it passively and earn consistently. If that's you, and you've got at least $600 that you're willing to get involved in crypto, then this is a product that you should try, and you should try it in the way that I recommend that you try it in the way that we design to give you the best possible experience. If you're not quite ready for that, then yes, you can trade with less, get the best possible experience that you can get, but just appreciate and hope and understand that it's going to be a different experience than if you started with the way we recommend you.
Great. And then we have What is
And by the way, Jay, you've got
percentage?
Carlene with their hands up. Okay.
Yes. Okay, Carlene. Let me unmute Carlene, and maybe she can ask her question here. Carlene, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, how you doing today, Carlene?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Go ahead and ask your question.
No, I just wanted to be clear. Like, what's the percentage I would make on my monies? Like, was it monthly? If I say I invest, like, put in like $2,000, what's the percentage?
Yeah, great question, Carlene. We don't guarantee percentages. So it's a good question. Everybody's going to ask this question, especially if you're referring it to others. So I'm going to tell you how I would like you to answer that question when you're sharing EasyBot with others. We can talk about how EasyBot's designed to work, how we built it, how the strategy has been designed, and then I'll talk to you a little bit about what the back testing results tell us. And then ideally, we'll get some testimonials from some folks that are already using EasyBot. So let me tell you how it's designed. We've designed EasyBot. Again, the word consistency is going to come up a lot because at the core of what we've done is we're looking for consistency. We don't want to make 30% one month and then go 3 months and not make anything because money's not being managed correctly or in the best possible way in the software. We've seen a lot of other bots that function that way. So we've designed EasyBot to be able to ride the cycles of the market and consistently create anywhere between 5 and 20% per month. Let's take the lower end of the numbers that I just gave you. And let's say you never saw anything more than 5% in a month. Now, guys, I want you to appreciate that we're talking about a 60% return annually. And 95% of people on the planet interested in crypto that you will talk to, maybe even you, have zero idea how to legitimately and safely and passively put themselves in a vehicle that puts them in front of a 60% annualized return. That's on the low end of what we've seen. And of course, along the way, through seeing EasyBot run the cycles of the markets, the ups and downs, we've seen accounts do far better than that. We've seen 5% in a single trade. We've seen double digits in single trades. So the experience is going to be different for a number of reasons. One is the timing matters. The time that you enter the market depends on what's the market doing at that point in time. The coins that you're trading. We know that a coin that has an amazing month this month may not have such an amazing month next month. And so the most important thing that we could talk about as it pertains to what kind of returns can you get from EasyBot is that you got to have time. You got to be willing to do this with patience. There's a really important quote that I like to use from Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett says, it's not timing the market, it's time in the market. You've got to be in the market long enough so that you get the benefit of the averages of good months and not so good months, great months and months that not a whole lot happens. This is real trading in a real live market. So here's what our back testing results tell us that support what I just shared with you. So we've done some initial back testing. It hasn't been completed yet. Our intention is to do back testing on all the coins that we offer for the entirety of 2021. And what that's going to tell us, it gives us, of course, it's past results. So it's not a perfect indication of future results, but it gives us some sense of, does this strategy that we're talking about here, is it likely to perform? That's the whole purpose of back testing. And so our back testing was on 3 different coins: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Aave. And so we intentionally chose Bitcoin and Ethereum as 2 of those coins because they're not particularly volatile. And in EasyBot, you really need the volatility. You need a lot of movement in order to get the best experience. But people are familiar with Bitcoin and Ethereum, so they are 2 coins that we offer in EasyBot, and they will produce profit for you. So we were able to complete back testing through the summer of 2021. So we started January 1st, and we went through the end of July. And there are a couple of things that are important to know about the results that I'm going to share with you. One is that EasyBot is designed, its technology is designed to look at and respond to market movements every single second. So we're looking at the market every second, looking for opportunities to open a position or close a position. Now, the back testing results that we got were only measuring against 1-minute candles. You know what a candle is? It's just a measurement of movement in the market over that period of time. So the back testing results we did are essentially missing 59 opportunities that EasyBot could have taken for every minute represented in that window of time. So we're super confident that that means we would get better results because we have more opportunities to open and close trades and profit. The second thing is that EazyBot is designed to automatically compound. Now you can turn that feature on or off, but automatic compounding simply means that if you started with $1,000 and you made $100, then we're opening trades with using that $1,100 that you now have in your account automatically without you having to make any changes. So as EazyBot's making money and growing that portfolio, it's accelerating the growth of that portfolio. And our backtesting results does not take that into consideration. So having said that, and of course, this is 2021, really volatile market, up super high in the spring, crashed through the summer. And then we don't even see the benefit of the recovery in the fall because our results end at the end of summer. So with that being said, the results we got for Bitcoin, the least volatile of all the coins we offer, was about 2.35%. Again, keep in mind the context of what I just shared with you, and that is average monthly returns. If we never got any better than that, and we only averaged, let's say 2.5%, we're still talking about fantastic returns over the course of a year. We're talking something like 26% off the top of my head. So fantastic returns. If you're in the stock market and you got a 26% return this year, you're happy with that. That's Bitcoin, our least volatile. It showed the least number of trades. I think we saw about 1,800 trades in that window of time. Next up was Ethereum. I think something like 4.5% is what our backtesting results showed us. But just about double the number of trades in that window of time. And then Aave, a more volatile coin, produced right around 9% in that window of time. And again, these are average monthly returns. So some months were better than others. Average over time is what we're looking for. And we're super happy to see that we were able to support the way that EazyBot was designed to work. Long answer to your question, but I hope that gives you a little bit of clarity.
No, that's very, very detailed, and we thank you, David. There's someone else, and I think you already touched on this, but someone is asking, is there a limit on Kucoin, or can we trade less than 600 USDT?
Yeah, so Kucoin would be your option if you want to trade less than a 600. It does allow you to do so. You would have to, once you're in EazyBot and you're setting up your bot, you would need to uncheck where you would need to use your own strategy, which means don't use the default strategy because it requires you to enter an amount of at least $600 in your balance. If you're telling the bot you've got at least $600 to work with, if you have less than that, then you just want to uncheck that default strategy and you can still use EazyBot happily. Let me just emphasize something here, guys. We've designed EazyBot with a strategy that 99% of our, maybe 95% of our users are just going to be happy to plug into that strategy, but we don't lock you in that box. We know that we've got advanced users who are going to want to design their own strategy, make modifications because they're more familiar with what's happening in the market. They're watching the charts. They're comfortable with the technology. And so we've designed incredible customization for our advanced users. And then we know that there are users who are going to want to trade with less than the minimum amount we recommend. And so you have the ability to do pretty much whatever you like with this amazing, powerful technology.
Thank you so much, David. We have another question that says, can you show some results, please, from when started to now? And this particular question can easily be answered in some of our previous recordings because Mohammed, in our last Zoom call that we did, he actually showed all the results from when they first started in that $180,000 account. And he even showed one trade that did like 15% in one day or something like that. But I'll let you chime in on that particular question.
Yeah, I think the best way to answer that question is if you're not already using EazyBot, once you decide that this is something that you'd like to try, get involved with all of the resources that we provide, and particularly our calls. You're on this call now, so you obviously have the intention on staying plugged in. We offer calls, as Jay just mentioned, even from the CEO himself, where he's opening up live accounts. I'm reticent, even if we are tracking across all accounts, I would be reticent to give you a performance number because it sends the wrong message. It says to you that this is what you should expect. And everybody's experience is going to be different. The thing that I want to encourage more than anything else is that you treat and respect this as a real trading vehicle, real trading tool that's happening in a real market. And so every single person, even if you're trading the same coins, unless you started them exactly the same time, are going to have slightly different results. What we do know, and you'll hear that from hopefully some folks on the call today, is that EazyBot works for every single person that uses it. I've had 0 people that have lost any money, that have closed on a losing trade. It works if you allow it to work for you and you're willing to be patient over time. And as Jay just mentioned, we've got plenty of documentation, and we'll open live accounts. You're more than welcome on those calls. Jump in and ask detailed questions. But I think Brendan, if you want to, I think you guys, Brendan, Susan, you may have a link that you want to share that speaks a little bit more to that.
Bren, Susan, you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yeah, I was just saying, I know you
Yes.
guys put together something based on one of our recent calls that shows how EazyBot performs. I don't know if you want to share that on today's call, but you guys have done a great job just kind of pulling that story together. So we could potentially share that as well.
Yes, absolutely. We can share it. Jay, do you want to share it in your channel after the call that
Yeah.
you used for the invite?
Yeah, absolutely. Whoever needs that information, we can give
Mhm.
it to them individually, or I can post it in some of the channels just to show the results thereof, and then everybody can know. And just to chime in really, really quickly, those that are just signing up or those that came in a little later, we're giving away 3 advanced memberships. Don't forget to put your username in the chat box so that we could put you on the spinning wheel and give you the opportunity to win an advanced membership at EazyBot. Little advertisement there.
And on that note, Jay, well, I'd like to mention 2 things. And first of all, David, I'd like to thank you again for everyone here. As David has demonstrated so clearly, he knows the product intimately, works closely with Mohammed, and really is probably the most amazing, humble COO that we've ever worked with. And he comes, supports these calls, and you can just see the spirit of giving and how much he knows what is going on and presents, and it's just so available for all of us. So I want to thank you, David, for being here. And David mentioned every other week, so twice a month, every 2 weeks, Mohammed does a trading and market insights. Those calls answer all of the questions that we've spoken of here. And Mohammed pulls back the curtains and shows real-time results of what's happening in the present market conditions, which gives you a very good idea of all of the points that David has mentioned here today, that there's going to be some good weeks, some lesser weeks, some amazing months, some quieter months, and it's all based on market volatility and your time in the market, not necessarily your timing in the market, as David mentioned. And it will just help you understand how the bot works to whatever depth that you're interested in learning, and see real-time results on the market. Mohammed also always shows a whiteboard to explain exactly how the bot takes the trades based on where the price is moving within the volatility of each individual coin. So those calls are so valuable to really get up close and personal with what happens with the bot, so that you can make your own relaxed and informed decision as far as what you are going to contribute into the market. And that is what's going to change your experience. I love how David described it. I usually say it a little differently, but David described it much more eloquently. 5% of $600 is a completely different experience than 5% of $5,000. It's just math, but it's a different experience. So what your experience is within the bot and your account will be dependent on the amount that you put in and where your vision is. So if you're looking at daily results and weekly result versus looking for the long-term potential gains over 6 months, 8 months, a year, and 2 years, that is going to be a different experience. For example, the Compound Calculator is my most visited website, And I hope it is for all of you as well. So base your decisions on how much capital you're using based on what is possible out in the future, not to guarantee and not to predict, but just to help guide you as to what's possible over the long term. And it helps bring your focus, not necessarily to that number, daily or monthly, that the gain is, but the difference that it's going to make by focusing on how can you increase the capital that you're allocating to the bot and to the trading.
That is absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Susan, for your input. Thank you for being here as always. David, thank you so much for taking your time and being here. Bren, what can I tell you, buddy? You're always saying, here am I. And you guys are just absolutely wonderful. Guys, this is exactly the type of company that you will fall in love with. First of all, your funds are safe. They're secure in your own exchange wallet. You're connecting to the bot via API. You're in full control of those funds. No one can ever take or run away with your money. That is not going to happen. But furthermore, the most important part of this company is the transparency and the humility of the leaders thereof. You can actually visit headquarters in Dubai, walk in through those doors, make an appointment, and meet the CEO himself, Muhammad Ali, which we've had on several Zoom calls, and we can actually provide the link to those recordings so that you can yourself see the type of quality of person that you're dealing with, down to David, who's here today and was so kind to share with us. You can see these people love on people, and this is the quality of people that you want to surround yourself with. A company that your funds are secure, with a company that supports, motivates, educates, and builds you up, with a company that shows its face, with a company that has a headquarters that you can actually walk in and visit and sit down and just share a good hour or two with the CEO himself. And to add to that, I've had two of my members previously visit because they were out in Dubai. Miss Matara and her daughter, Caroline, went to EazyBot headquarters. They took pictures. We have all those pictures in our EazyBot International channel. And then just Monday, just 2 days ago, Winston went, and out of coincidence, his realtor, where he bought a house a year ago, was Caroline, who's Miss Matara's daughter. They had just visited the EazyBot headquarters like 2 weeks prior, and they met up in Dubai and went together to the EazyBot office and met CEO Muhammad Ali right there. Gave me a big shout out. I have the video to show for all those who want to see it. It's in the EazyBot International channel. These are people that you want to affiliate yourself with, you want to partner up with. And, lastly, there are very great opportunities for not only the passive investor, but the networker. There's something called the Founders Club, which will give you a 5% share in the pool, in the global pool, which if Brent has a quick moment, he can also brief you on. Brent, you want to chime in on that Founders Club real quick?
Hey Jay, can I jump in before Brent does?
Go for it.
I have two things I want to do. So I know this question around results is important. I'm going to give you guys who are interested a sneak peek into one of the things that we covered on last Friday's call. I just went digging for it. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and here's what we're looking at. This is an account that at the time had been running for 34 days. It's trading 17 coins. And each of those coins was given a budget of $1,000. So there's $17,000 in total in trading in the exchange account. And what you'll see here on the far right is the profit by percentage for those 34 days. So you'll see that we had some that were just over 2%, and we had some that were over 10%, almost 11%. Again, this is two things that are takeaways from it for you here is that if you knew what was happening in the crypto markets in the last 34 days, super volatile, very, very down. Follow what Bitcoin has done in the last 34 days. it hit all-time lows in the last for Bitcoin in the last couple of years. So in a window of time where the markets were downtrending, this account was making profit. And an average of all of the coins that had been traded was just over 5%. So let's take the context of what we talked about earlier, where I said EasyBot's designed to create profits between 5% and 20% per month. Here's a 34-day window of time in one of the most difficult markets to make profits in, and EasyBot is averaging over 5%, and in some instances, much, much better than that. So that just gives you some sense of what we've seen. And of course, I can't emphasize enough, we make no guarantees. Past results aren't indicative of future results, but the software is only going to get better. We're introducing an update to the platform in the next couple of weeks. If you know anything about Mohammed, you know he's constantly tinkering behind the background, looking for ways to make improvements on the software and the technology. So hopefully that's an answer, or gives you a little bit more clarity. You'll actually see this displayed in the call that we're talking about. Those are some of the things that we'll review on these live calls that you get to participate in. One other thing I want to do real quick, I just saw a name on the call that I recognize, and a little bit of my background, I don't talk about this often, but I had the honor of working with the great Les Brown. Les Brown is one of the most popular, most well-known, most accomplished motivational speakers and corporate trainers in the world. And I had the opportunity of working to help build the Les Brown Institute. I was a program director for them. And I see Jenks Brutus on the call. I just recognize that name from Les Brown. So I want to give a shout out to Jenks. And if you want to jump in and say a few words, I'd love to hear from you. And then I'm going to bow out.
Sounds great. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give Jenks an opportunity here, and then we'll have Zach, which is one hand that we had up. Jenks, go for it.
Hey everyone, how you guys doing? Hey, my brother, it's so good to see you. I'm so glad to be part of this opportunity. I've already registered, looking to get it, the VIP package. I can't wait. Was just telling a friend of mine when my brother said that we could go to Dubai. I said, man, I'm going to Dubai. And so
all right.
I'm excited about this. Thanks a lot, guys.
You're welcome, Jenks. Thank you for chiming in.
And once again, we keep on having a colliding of people who know people are interconnecting another way. It's a great example for
divine appointments.
For what's possible. Jay, if I may highlight one more thing, I think a number of people here, a number of you that are here on this call have maybe not seen the full overview or been on a call with the whole overview. I do think it's a great idea. So you would have gleaned immense amount of value from this conversation and this call, especially because we've had David here, and that is a unique occasion, which he's so generous with his time, but it's a unique occasion. So I hope that you gleaned from that, and Jay always posts the recording, so do watch it again. But I think it's really important. The overview doesn't take long, inside of 20 minutes of your time, and it will be worth your time to hear the story again, which David did share here, along with what is EazyBot, what does it offer, and what are your choices and options to go ahead and use it. It's worth that time. So there's two definitely great short videos for you to review. One is a recording with David himself, and any of us, Jay can get that to you. And then there's another great overview that Bren has recorded. So that is worth your time. And maybe next week in this time space that we have these weekly calls, Jay, we go ahead and do that for anyone who has just joined. But today has been another prime example of what Jay is bringing to all of you, and each of you leaders that are here, and you're inviting your people. It's just a great example of what is behind the scenes and the people behind EazyBot, and what is really available to you to go ahead and put your money to work for you in the crypto market, which is very unpredictable. And we have a way that is reliable, safe, and sustainable.
Amen to that, Susan.
I do have to
Well,
jump off to my next meeting, but I'm
I
just so
know.
grateful to be amongst all of you.
Thank you
So
so much, Susan. Thank you so much
thank
for your
you.
time. Highly appreciated as always. Brent just said goodbye. He had to leave. So maybe if David has 2 minutes, he can talk a little bit about the Founders Club, and then we'll just close out, because this was a wonderful, wonderful Zoom call that we all had. And I just highly appreciate it to be part of such a wonderful team of humble people who serve others and love on others. And just want to just express my appreciation. Thank you, David. Thank you, Susan. And thank you, Bren.
Hello. Do you hear me?
Yes, we hear you loud and clear, Zach.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for you, Jay, for this call. Great call. As always, your Zoom calls are always great. And thanks for David for being here with us and helping us in every moment and every day. Thanks for Bran and Susan, who are my uplines in EazyBot. I appreciate them enormously. They are like brother and sister, really. And this is what I like the most about EazyBot. It's the family spirit. It's this friendship spirit, really. I wanted just to, if you give me 1 minute or 2 minutes, to share something very interesting, because I have read some comments in the beginning of this Zoom call, and I felt myself responsible to say something. You know, guys, I'm Zakaria. I'm from Algeria, and I'm now national director with Zoom with EazyBot. And thanks for Mohammed and for Coach Ken to give us this opportunity. I knew Jay first in IPC, as most of people here, and in other investments. And I was following him always in his call Zooms, in his speaking, in his everything. And I liked him so much since the beginning. And I felt little mad when IPC has taken our money, because I have invested 4,000 and my friend has invested with me and my family and a lot of people, and I get so mad on IPC. And I said, what is this? And I'm always losing in crypto, as David said in beginning. If you didn't lose yet in crypto, so you are not yet in the crypto, really. But after this, I realized that people believe what they see with their eyes. We can't blame them with things that they are out of their control. Now, for example, you see me in camera, but you don't see what's behind me or what's under the camera. So this is very interesting thing that these things happened. If we want it or not, it happened to us. So I have lost with my friend, my close friend have lost. He was trading and he has lost $250,000 for us in last year. Imagine this. So after blaming and after a lot of madness and all, I can say only that it was an experience. It was a bad experience, but I have learned so much. So when I met after this EazyBot, and when I have learned about EazyBot and when I saw how EazyBot work, really, so I told myself, finally I can be insecure, I can be in safe place. Why? Imagine, people, I say to my friends always and my downlines, imagine yourself, you are in your home, in your house, you have a big security around you, all cameras, everything is okay. There is no way of someone who can steal you or something. So imagine you bring some good trader, the best trader in the world, and you bring him to your home, you give him your money, and you see everything, and policemen are around, and everything is secure, and he trade with your money. He close only the winning trades. He has never, or he can never close bad trades or losing trades. And then when he finish, he go out without taking any money or taking your money. He take only the cost or the commission that he has, and that's it, which is 20% or 30%. This is the example. And he go out from your home, and your money is safe in your home, near your eyes. So this is EazyBot, And this is what means that you own your money, you have your own money in your crypto wallet. No one can steal it or take it or do whatever they can do. Lastly, in crypto, people, we heard about suicide. We heard about people who has lost all their money. And when I see the crash of the market and I see EazyBot making 5% of my capital, I'm only honored by this company and with this work. Really, people are losing their money day after day. The crash is crazy, and we are in EazyBot making money every day, and we don't lose our money. So that's the biggest thing what I like and what I love about EazyBot. And Jay, really thank you for being here, and it was a good experience with you. I knew you always as a humble, as modest, as clear and as correct. This is the most important thing. And this honesty, I noticed it with everyone in EazyBot. And welcome for every one of you guys. We are here to help. We are here to hear from each other and making money together, all together higher, inshallah. Thanks for everyone, and take care, and we are here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for those words, Zach. You're such a humble and awesome individual. And I'm just appreciated for you and for David and for Susan and Bren and all of the leaders that are always willing to jump on board and participate and help motivate, educate, build up, and just be there for you, you know. So these are the examples of the type of team that you're dealing with when you're coming into the EazyBot family. Full transparency, safety, security, a family who loves and cares and builds and motivates and educates. It's a place that you can call home, and like and like I like to say, the CEO says you can share this with your grandmother. That's how safe it is. So guys, I know that we've run out of time. We did want to maybe share a little bit about the Founders Club opportunity, but we've spoken a lot about it. For those who have not heard it, you can chime in on the next Zoom call or probably listen to one of our previous ones. And I just want to thank you, David. I see you're still there. If you want to say any last words, my friend.
Yeah, sure thing. So thank you again for inviting me, for allowing me to be here, spend some time with your team and your guests. And I know the relationships that we have and we bring. It's all we have. It's our reputation, and so being able to spend some time with the folks that you're building relationships with is it's meaningful to me, and I don't take it lightly. Guys, if you're here today and you're hearing the EazyBot story for the first time, you really only heard the tip of the iceberg. I encourage you to do a deeper dive, spend some time understanding what we're talking about, what we're offering. We're not selling you anything. You can start EazyBot for free, and you decide if it makes sense. Do you want to be in the crypto markets, riding it as it goes up and down, hoping for the best? Or do you want to trade crypto and make profit passively while everybody else is freaking out and panicking? That's really what we offer. If you never shared EazyBot with anybody, we think you're going to have a fantastic experience. It's going to make you money. It's going to compound that money and accelerate your earnings. But if you want to have the best experience ever and you really enjoy the idea of sharing it with others and building a team, guys, this is the journey that we're on, and we're going to have a lot of fun. We get to meet amazing people, and I want to personally invite you to consider taking that journey with us. Even if you don't consider yourself a team builder or a marketer, that wasn't me. I spent my background building businesses, never really considered myself a marketer per se, but I saw this and it just made sense to me. More than anything, what made sense to me was I knew that there were a lot of folks that want to know how to get involved in crypto. I knew that there were a lot of programs out there that are scamming people. And so I knew we had a solution. There's a solution here that can help people to do what they're already looking to do. We're in front of a mega trend. We know that there's a research paper that was done by crypto.com released in January of this year that said by the end of 2022, there'll be 1 billion people in crypto. So that means we still have about 500 million people still coming into crypto between now and the end of the year. And what we know is that most of them are going to come in lost. They don't know where to start, where to go, how to make money. And so we have a way, not only for folks to be able to make money, but to be involved in a community, to lock arms with other folks that are going to help them figure it out. Guys, our vision and our mission is to help create a bridge for folks into the future. We know that crypto is going to be an important part of that future. It's going to drive the way that we do business, much like the internet allows us to jump on this Zoom call from all corners of the world. We take that for granted today. 10 years ago, this was a big deal. And so crypto is going to make a similar evolution where it just becomes ingrained in every part of our life. And the sooner you get comfortable with that, and especially if you're able to make money while the opportunity is at its highest, we think that's an awesome opportunity. Guys, we're building a company and an opportunity for the long term. Get on this journey with us. We hope you enjoy it. We hope you make tons of money. And we hope you share it with as many people as possible. Again, Jay, thank you so much. Zachariah, appreciate you as well. Thank you for allowing me to be your guest today and spend some time with you guys.
Thank you so much, David, for your kind words. I'm so highly humbled and appreciated. And I'm just gonna tell you guys to close. EazyBot, safe, secure, transparent, motivating, educating, supportive. You could walk into the headquarters, a place you can call home, guys. So without any further delays, I love you, God bless you, and this Zoom call has come to its end. And like always, mic drop.